Okay. Hi everybody, my name is Pádraig Kernan. I work in Sligo Institute of Technology, and myself and a number of colleagues have been involved in the design and manufacture of what we term an SOS ventilator. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how we produce the power supply and the electrics for the operation of the ventilator. So what we did was we were trying to think of a place where we could easily obtain a power supply without buying one, obviously, as this was sort of a hacked ventilator, if you like. So we came up with the idea of what about a PC. So here's our PC here. So there's a power supply in all PCs. PCs are easily available throughout the world, generally, and particularly old ones. So we decided that the PC would be an ideal place to locate or obtain our power supply. So the power supply in PCs are generally located here on the back, as you can see. This is where the power supply was in this one. It's been removed. This is a HP, although the power supplies we have here are Dell ones, I think. Just to explain a little bit about the power supply itself. This is a typical power supply here, which has been removed from a Dell PC. So for example, we look here at the voltage output. This is the ground, 0 volts if you like. Here's the yellow and black, which we use for the motor. That's giving us 12 volts out. And this one here, orange and blue, what I did here with this was I used a combination of +3 and -12 to give us around, 14.5 or whatever, 15 volts to give us voltage to charge the battery, because the 12 volt battery needs more than 12 volts to charge it. It needs, at least 13.5, 14 volts. So therefore it was ideal in the sense that we had a standard 12 volts for our motor, and then we used this one, which was 14/15 volts to charge the battery. There are other voltages in here as well, like I had a spare 12 volts, but we didn't need. There's -5 volts, for example. This one is, what's this one? +3.3 volts. All of that information can be found on the web. I'll give you an example. That's the color coding there, and the associated voltages that you can take from the power supply. Like orange is +3.3. Our commons, all our commons are black, and there's a number of commons we can use. So for example, you could use this common with this to give you 3.3. You could use yellow with a common to give you 12. And again, as I said, I used -12 and +3.3 to give us, it's supposed to be over 15, but the actual voltage when I measured it was down around 14, I think. It doesn't give you exactly the voltage out, it tells you, but as I said already, all that information is available on the web, and we put it up on our website anyhow. So on to the use of it in the ventilator. So what we did with the ventilator was, this is the ventilator here. What we did with the ventilator is we have the power supply located here. The power supply is switched on via the main isolator here, and we're using 12 volts to supply the motor for driving the ambu bag, and we're using around 14.5 volts that comes out of this one to charge the battery down here. This is the control cabinet here, which controls the motor, the charging of the battery, etc. There's a wee speed controller that we got from Radionics. I have one here in a box. We use that for it's a radio. We bought them from Radionics. They're around 20 quid or 20 euros or something like that. And this is it here. And this just is used to control the speed of the motor, and therefore by controlling the speed of the motor we can control the breath rate per minute on the ventilator. And so that's it located here on the front door of the cabinet here. If you don't want to use one of these, or you can't obtain one of these, a simple speed control circuit can be built with a transistor and a resistor to control the speed of the motor. And we put that circuit up on the website as well. So as I say, if you can't obtain one of these, they may not be available. A simple speed control circuit can be built to control the motor. And as I think was said already in a previous video, this is just a standard 12 volt wiper motor from any of the cars. I think this one possibly came out of a Ford Fiesta. So that's really about it. Everything worked well for us when we tested it and ran it. There was no major problems. The circuitry for this has been put up on the website. The design circuitry for how the wiring is done to control the motor, the speed control on the motor, and the charging of the battery, which is essentially all that's needed here in relation to this particular ventilator, which we refer to as the SOS ventilator. So that's it. I hope that was helpful and useful to you. As I said, there's more information on the web if you need to obtain more information about color coding, wiring diagrams, etc. Thanks very much. Bye.